uma pausa no seu podcast para contar que chegou o novo Peugeot 2008, um carro que impressiona até quem já viu de tudo. Conheça uma experiência de puro prazer em dirigir com acabamento sofisticado e design inconfundível. Descubra como conforto e tecnologia podem elevar o nível da sua experiência de direção. Conheça o novo Peugeot 2008 e deixe a inspiração te guiar.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast episode. We got a special one today, an added episode number 3
That's right. So this is OKC expanded. OKC.
the editor's cut?
Yeah.
This is the extended version.
I know, right? Like,
the behind-the-scenes version. I don't even know what we're going to call this.
This
is your bonus version, basically.
it's like the bonus. It's like a bonus.
Well, we did do part 1 and part 2, right? And it was fairly thorough.
Yeah.
But
fairly.
Yeah.
Not good enough for you, the listener.
But what
Bush
we
League.
as the podcast grows, the more listeners there are, and the more feedback we get, right?
Yeah, which is
and
good. We love
it was really good.
Totally.
So we got a lot, especially on TikTok, and then we got some emails and some comments about certain things that we missed and or got wrong, and I thought there was enough that we can do a follow-up.
And I love that. I love that you guys send us the comments and like give us the little bits that we miss, you know?
Yeah.
And you're helping us out. Like we definitely want to get it right, and we want to get everything out there. So
and we're a pseudo professional. We're not like full professional.
No. We say it all the time. What are we? We're
3 dudes.
3 dudes.
3 high school diplomas.
3 high school diplomas. So bear with us.
Maybe Eagle Scout. Debatable.
Sean has a lot of college credits, and
they're literally just burning a hole in the ether.
So we add all that together, and we got maybe like one
junior college
graduate. Exactly. So here we go. So if you didn't listen to part 1 and part 2, obviously go back, as we say.
Please, God.
But we kind of wrapped up episode 2 with some of the wild conspiracies that were about OKC.
Yes.
Yeah. And we did what we normally do, which is we kind of talk about how we feel it went down, what was real and what wasn't, that sort of thing. There was more information that we're going to go over now. Yeah.
And maybe we'll change our minds.
Yeah, maybe we'll change our minds, etc.
Maybe.
So now, just a quick recap. Timothy McVeigh was convicted, executed.
Yes.
And as far as the government goes,
it's open and shut.
Yeah.
It's a closed case. Like it's over, etc. But people lost their family. They lost. There's 19
children.
Yeah, there are 19 children that passed.
Great,
and so those family members are still going through that. I was able to see a virtual tour of the memorial, the OKC memorial, and it looks amazing. And it looks, they have these like chairs by the river, and each chair signifies one of the victims.
Oh, okay.
Wow. And the small chairs are the kids.
Oh my God.
And the grown-up chairs are, that sort of thing. So anyways,
so sad.
So we did get the comments, we did get the feedback, and there you go. So there was a couple that kept coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, they kept coming up over and over and over. And if you go to our TikTok page, you'll see there's a couple videos that we posted and it's our own podcast telling the story. And in it, there are 200 to 300 comments.
Yeah.
And they're all about these things that we didn't really cover. One of which was Hillary Clinton, the Whitewater Papers. Now, we did mention it like a little bit, did Hillary do it?
Tiny bit.
And that was about it, right? But a major conspiracy that has been circulating is that, do you remember when we did the Clinton episode?
Yeah, of course.
And there was this thing called Whitewater.
And it
was a real estate scandal.
Yeah, real estate
kind
company,
of thing.
yeah.
Yes. So there is a conspiracy. We'll go over it in a bit, but there's a conspiracy that says that the documents, like she was tried 4 days later, and the documents were in the building.
Oh,
okay.
So there were lost documents.
Kind of the whole thing with when the Pentagon got bombed, and they're there was that $4 trillion
just
missing, and they're like, that was where the finance room was, and we're like, oh no, all of the documents are gone.
But we're gonna get to that in a bit. So the first one though is an interesting story, and it's about Terrance Yeakey.
What the fuck is that?
So Terrance Yeakey, he was known as Terry, was a sergeant in the OKC Police Department. And he was one of the first people that were at the Alfred Murrah Building. By the way, in the first 2 episodes, I said the building name wrong.
Oh.
What'd you say?
So it's not Murray.
It's Murrah?
Murrah.
Murrah.
Murrah. Yeah.
Murrah.
So I got about 15 comments saying I kept saying it wrong.
How do you how do they show that you pronounce it? It's like
Murrah.
Murrah.
Yeah, so it's Murrah. So just,
okay.
We are fixing it.
Okay.
Yeah?
For you, the listener.
Yes, exactly.
We do this for you.
Take this video right here and video reply to that person.
Yeah. We said it right. Hello, Murrah.
So he was one of the first responders. Yeah.
Okay.
His actions during the chaos and aftermath painted him as a hero at the moment.
Uh-oh.
But a year later, he tragically died.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like he was like, there's on camera, like just taking people's wallets or something shitty. Like, whoops.
Body count. Body count. Back to the body count.
So Terry Yeakey was known for his physical stature.
Shit.
He was known for his physical stature because he was huge. He was like a huge dude. And he was known for his bravery in the OKC rescuing people. And there's even photos of him like helping people and that sort of thing. And he was one of the first people to be there. On the morning of the bombing, Yeakey was off duty, but he immediately rushed to the scene.
Solid guy.
Yeah.
Love him, like him already.
Witnesses and colleagues recounted how he tirelessly pulled survivors from the debris, administered first aid, and possibly saved many lives.
Fuck yeah.
Sounds like a hero.
Yeah, sounds like a hero to me. Yeah, this guy's the shit.
So he was awarded the Medal of Valor by OKC Police Department. And that was basically for selfless acts and dark moments, that sort of thing. Yeah. So less than a year after the bombing, on May 8th, 1996, Terry Yeakey died in what was officially ruled a suicide. His body was found in a field near El Reno, Oklahoma, and it was away from his abandoned car. And his abandoned car was smeared with blood.
So that means that there was
the official
activity in the car.
The official report stated that he died from self-inflicted wounds via cutting. However, the nature and extent of the injuries led to skepticism among those that knew him.
All right, so it's like blood in the car. So it's like,
wait, so he committed suicide by what? By cutting?
Well, there's blood everywhere in the car, and then he was found in the field.
So he's clearly like
so
okay.
He attempted.
If you want to attempt, he's like, oh no, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
So,
to the field.
Oh my god.
I thought it would be like he like double tap on the back and said self-inflicted
with his left hand that he never uses.
With his toe.
Yeah.
So Yeakey had multiple cuts on his wrists and arms, and his cause of death was a deep cut to his throat.
No.
Okay.
Come on.
Compounded by his car's exhaust hose taped to the passenger window.
I mean, this is like overkill sketch.
Yeah.
But it was disconnected from the exhaust pipe. So imagine if I'm about to kill myself and I'm like, I'm going to do the pipe thing. Yeah. I'm going to duct tape it to the exhaust and then I'm going to put it into the window, close the window, right?
Yeah.
It was disconnected from the exhaust.
Okay.
So they're saying
this is just like, all the data.
So
I'm just giving you all the info.
Somebody fucked up.
So
either
some people say, some people say like he was trying to kill himself and then he's like, I don't want to do it this way.
Instead, I'm going to stab myself.
Yeah.
And then run into a field.
Yeah.
I just think it's like also like if you were going to do it that way, let's be honest. You're just going to go to like some random place on the side of the street and like hook it up. Like what if a cop comes by and like, what's happening? Like, what are you doing? Like, sir, what's going on?
Leave me alone.
You don't understand. Like, leave me alone.
So what they say is that, I mean, it's hard to say what they say because like basically the idea, let's say the police, what they say is that he tried to kill himself via the exhaust pipe, canceled it, then cut himself, and then scampered, or what's the word?
Scampered?
Like, no, you cut yourself in the car and you're bleeding out.
Yeah.
And then.
But why, if you were trying to kill
yourself,
why would you crawl away? You're trying to die. Wouldn't you just sit there and just like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there any drugs in his system?
Ooh, good idea. Damn, great question.
Yeah.
Detective.
So some family members, friends, and independent researchers, they say that Yeakey was murdered because he had knowledge that contradicted the official report of the OKC bombings.
Yep.
According to these theories, Yeakey was compiling evidence of things he saw during the rescue efforts that did not match the reported accounts and was planning to expose all of that information.
Oh, shit.
Supporters of this theory argue that the manner of his death and the evidence found at the scene do not add up to a straightforward case of straight-up suicide. They suggest that his intentions to reveal that evidence about the bombing led to him being silenced. The theory is compounded by claims that Yeakey was experiencing harassment and intimidation in the months leading up to his death, leading to a state of a bit of fear, paranoia, that sort of thing.
This is my favorite theory so far.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
like super on board with it. This is like textbook, classic.
Yeah. So the legacy of Terry Yeakey is complex, but it's undeniable that he was a hero.
Oh,
and he did do heroic things. The question then becomes, was he a little PTSD kind of, like he went through something so traumatic and then he started to get, when something happens and
but
you start freaking out and I don't know, I don't know the answer.
I know what you mean.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm sure he saw a lot of carnage and death.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. At least I'm like equating it to, usually that happens when people are doing the killing or they're like a party to the killing.
Yeah.
And so then you have it's like the guilt.
No,
and the shock,
I think you could still
mixed
have
in.
like PTSD from like just being a part of
I
that.
guess traumatic stress.
Yeah, it's just traumatic, and he went through that, but I don't know, but that it leads to this.
Yeah, I mean, the killing part is sketchy. Whether he had PTSD
His
or
death
not is debatable.
His
Right.
death is very strange.
The death
I mean,
is just fucking
It's
sketchy.
super
strange.
sketch.
Although, I mean, I've never tried to kill myself,
Tried to kill yourself.
so I don't know how.
Is that like a contingency
I mean,
plan?
I'm not trying to be insensitive either,
No,
but
of
I don't
course
know how difficult it is.
I don't know.
Does that make sense?
I have no idea.
I think it would be incredibly difficult,
Especially with the stat. I can't
Yes.
imagine
like
Oh.
I think
God.
and this is I'm just obviously
I'd be
like
a gun. I'd be a gun guy.
yeah, me
Absolutely.
too.
Quick. I don't want to.
Absolutely, no fire,
No,
no water.
Oh,
I'm not
water's
water.
Way,
I'm not
water's
water.
my worst nightmare.
I'd go gun.
My personal thing would be like grenade.
Yeah,
Like to me, that would be
major
like,
thing.
What if
like
that goes wrong and like it just blows off your arm?
Then I'm gonna be in the field rolling. Fuck! Damn it! Why did I do this?
But again, we're not trying to be insensitive, but we're trying to understand, like, could this have happened? Could he get into a car and go, okay, I'm going to kill myself via exhaust. I'm going to cancel the exhaust. I'm going to start cutting my arms. And then I'm going to and then I'm just going to say, fuck it. I'm already bleeding out. I'm going to walk into a field and then I'm going to cut my own throat.
Well, we think we cut it. He cut his throat in the car anyway.
Well, they said there's so much, but
But
we don't know.
We don't know.
They,
don't know,
They
I
said
guess.
that was his ultimate cause of death.
The throat cut.
Yeah. I can
So
see
we
that.
don't, I mean, but he also had cuts on his arms.
But we don't. I wish we had pictures like the evidence.
And also, I
pictures,
wish we knew if he had drugs in his system, right? Because to do that, to try to kill yourself without nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
it
we've heard of
seems-
and we've gone over other suicides where
There were drugs involved and they
drugs
numbed
involved
out
and-
or
Yeah, it makes
know.
it. I think it makes
Totally.
it.
Yeah,
easier.
it was like zombie, like fucking.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's Terry Yeakey.
God, that's
Okay.
It's a rough story.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Okay, this
For the add-ons,
This is-
fans.
so this is a straight up TikTok one.
Okay. So,
This is, and I'm talking millions of
oh, there's dances to
all
this
of
one.
all of the things. Yeah. Okay, and that essentially is that Paul Weisapol is Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh is Paul Weisapol. Okay, who is Paul Weisapol? Yeah.
Who was fucking John? Who's like
Okay.
who's like John Locke? Like, what is it? Fucking
I-
what is it? You know what I'm talking about? From the Anne
No.
Rain book. Like,
Yeah.
I forget the name.
I know. What is his fucking name? Damn
Fuck
it!
me. Okay, I'm going to tell you about Paul, and then at the end, we'll
Paul
kinda
Weisapol?
Yeah, Paul Weisapol. So before joining the FBI, Paul Weisapol served as a military lawyer in the U.S. Army, Advocate General's Corps for 3 years, followed by another 3 years as a civilian attorney. Yeah, 97. Now keep in mind the dates.
Yeah.
So we have OKC was a couple years before. Yeah. So 97, he began in the FBI as a special agent in the Minneapolis division. financial institution security frauds. Yeah.
So like white collar crime.
2002, promoted to supervisory special agent in the Office of Congressional Affairs at FBI headquarters in D.C., where he acted as a liaison with Congress. Cool. 2003, he was assigned to Counterterrorism Division, detailed to a CIA-led working group.
Starting to get like more and more on the scale, like more and more like corrupt.
2004, promoted to supervise the Al-Qaeda squad in L.A.
LA had their own Al-Qaeda
LA
squad?
division Al-Qaeda. This is 2004 was the hot.
Oh yeah, that was
this
like,
is terrorism where every city's got an FBI squad.
Really good point.
Okay. 2007, he advanced to assistant special agent in charge of the National Security Branch at El Paso. In 2009, he was promoted to inspector in charge, Criminal Investigation Division, El Paso Intelligence. Then in 2013, he was appointed director as the special agent in charge of the FBI's Tampa division.
Oh, shit! Oh,
wow. Overseeing the National Instant Criminal Background Check System in Clarksburg, West Virginia. He is now that.
Retired. Oh, okay.
He is that. He's a local.
He's a local. Tampa?
He's a local. Yeah.
I need to make it anonymous.
So he's a local. Now, you could also see photos of him. Remember the Orlando shooting?
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
At I forget what the club was called, but it was one of those shootings. Yeah, you could see photos of him. He was one of the main agents on the scene.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Yeah, he looks very much like Timothy McVeigh. So I'm gonna have you pull up a little photo and just Google Paul Weissapple.
Paul Weissapple.
Weissapple.
I got it. Weissapple.
And I want you two to be the judge.
Images.
Let me see.
Holy shit! That motherfucker does look like Timothy McVeigh.
Ooh, he does look very close.
Oh, look here, Ellie. I think he's got his jaw is like sharper though. I don't know that.
They both have the big jaws.
I don't know.
Looks very, very close.
But this guy was like a fucking lawyer. Wasn't McVeigh just like a scrub, like in the military? Like what? This guy's a military.
Well, at least that's the background we know of him, right?
So correct. So that is the conspiracy.
So maybe he was like sleeper cell fucking like.
So
deep
after,
plant?
so it was a false, I don't know false arrest or false like swap, whatever, and he joined the FBI a year or two later. Ooh. And he looks very much similar to him. He looks how he would now compared to in the 90s.
So how do they get away?
Like,
how do they get?
So this is TikTok going like, Paul is Timothy. Timothy is Paul. You know what I mean? It's like Ace Ventura. Like,
I know.
Fucking Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. There you go.
It turns her around. The ball, dick and balls.
Your gun is digging into my head.
And everyone. No, my thing is, but why? That's the only thing. What's the motive?
TikTok is amazing imagery, and there's no real.
Like, who was
also? How do they get away with his execution in '99 or whatever it was?
And that's one of the big things.
You just put another guy that happens to look just like him. Like, or put a bag.
I mean, it's the concept of a Patsy swap.
Oh, they get like some other...
The classic Patsy
classic Patsy swap. Yeah. I don't know. Classic.
It's the oldest trick in the book. Yeah.
Seen it 100 times.
The old Patsy swap.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know.
I mean...
they look very close.
They do look very similar, but,
But...
people also think that I'm like Puerto Rican, so like I'm not sure. Like,
yeah. I get that too, actually.
Well,
I'm like, no, Mexican.
At least you speak Spanish.
No,
I don't.
I get that all the time.
I bet you I could like Google your face right now. I'm gonna find somebody that looks just like you. Yeah.
I don't want to play this game.
We're gonna TikTok. We're gonna put it out to TikTok. There's a picture.
No, I know.
Who does he look?
You know what's actually wild is
another classic white guy.
Middle-aged
beard, glasses, bald. It's the same thing.
I can find 200 people who look just like you.
What did we get a comment for? We got an Apple review. It said,
"Oh my god!"
It said Rogan wannabes and Rogan sucks.
I know, but I saw that too, and I was like,
"Fuck you."
Well, I mean, his hundreds of millions of dollars for his podcast.
I would take Rogan.
I know. Please let me suck that bag. I will literally. Who do I have to fuck to suck this bag? God damn it. Like,
who do I have to fuck to suck this guy? Who do I gotta fuck to suck this guy's dick?
No, to suck this bag.
Sorry.
No, okay. Okay.
Got that on video.
Who do I gotta fuck to suck this dick?
That's it, to suck this bag.
Gotta make that into a meme.
Yeah.
Make it go viral too.
Make a viral TikTok dance.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's the Paul. That's the.
I mean,
Paul
if there was more connection, I'd be like super into it.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's literally just like they look the same.
Like Paul happened to live in Oklahoma 2 years earlier.
I mean, we could probably.
Would be...
Yeah. Good question. There's probably. I mean, I don't know. You know, have you ever been on the
Stay tuned for episode 4.
Episode 4 coming to a theater.
Somebody commented one time and they were like, yeah, man, check out the dark web. And I was like,
I'm good.
No, I was like, where?
How do I get to this?
Yeah, like is there a map? Like is there a like how do you get to it?
Special plug-in?
Yeah, like www.darkweb.com. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, where is the dark web?
I thought there was only one. I literally thought there was one web.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
I do watch this dude. I don't remember his real name, but his like Instagram handle is like Thunderkeck. And he's actually he went to like Stanford and played football, but then he like studied computer science and he like does all these things where he goes like into the fucking dark web. I don't know how, and he does all this weird shit, and it's like fucking interesting. But I
might have seen this guy. Actually.
I have no.
But what is the dark web?
It's just in essence
it's like code. It's just like matrixy code.
It's unregulated internet.
Okay.
It's like the internet without any sort of regulations.
Okay.
So it's like what's behind, like so, and you can no one's monitoring it. There's no like checks.
But
and
can
balances.
you get to it? Like
I don't fucking know how.
Is there like an app? Is there like an app for this?
Sean's trying to like explain it.
Darkweb.io.
You know, Apple's not going to allow that.
Yeah,
definitely an Android thing.
It's like on its like Play Store. Like, come on, like dark web. No, I don't know. I don't know how you get to it. I think you need like a Linux operating system. To, like, get on the, you know,
you need some sort of Linux operating system.
Like fucking like. You know, thrown together shit. You know,
we're such millennials. You know why we're such millennials is because we don't know how anything works. But we use it all, and we're very savvy, but we don't know how it works.
I know. Like sometimes my daughter will ask me, like, I'm like, I don't know. I just fucking
go ask ChatGPT.
I like it just happens, and like,
no. Can you imagine?
Exists.
Can you imagine when the kids are grown up and ChatGPT is like fully overridden everything?
Oh,
and
it's gonna be like
it's gonna be even more where they don't know how things work.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're not gonna know how to write. Like fucking speak.
Yeah. All
Anyways, next
one. So this is the Whitewater, and the conspiracy is that the Whitewater documents that would have implicated the Clintons was destroyed in the OKC bombings.
No,
this took off on Facebook.
You had me at Whitewater.
This took
me
off
at Clinton.
That's why I had me.
So this took off on Facebook, and again, if you go back to our TikTok page, you can see that every third comment on anything we've posted about OKC
is Whitewater.
Says Hillary did it Whitewater. So it is very like out there.
Yeah. Apparently, everybody knew except us.
Yeah,
literally, we're fucking. We made a whole episode of how much we hate her.
Apparently, it started from this kind of meme that went around a few years ago on Facebook, and it said, "Reminder: this building," and it was a picture of the OKC building being, the half blown up building, was blown up and destroyed 4 days before Hillary Clinton was to be indicted in the Whitewater scandal. All of the documents were lost.
Oh, because it was a federal building, so maybe she'd been federally prosecuted, and they'd happen to have a little folder bay in there, and just like put the shit.
Although it is not necessarily, I mean, that was Arkansas, but maybe OKC was the hub.
Maybe that's like like
the connection,
like whatever the
because you don't have all the. You don't have every like Little Rock's not gonna have an FBI building. You know what I mean? Like, so
it barely has a Walmart.
We gotta send it to OKC because
it's funny. I should probably ask his my my best man Bryant lives in Arkansas now.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna text him like,
Yeah.
y'all got a federal building, FBI building up in Arkansas.
At least got a post office over there, don't you?
No, shit, he's got a pool, so he's already got an upgrade for me.
So in the aftermath of the OKC bombing in 95, conspiracy theories surfaced linking the tragic event to the Whitewater scandal that was happening at the same time with Hillary Clinton, which she was the U.S. secretary at that time, and her husband, former President Bill Clinton. The narrative on social media platforms suggests that crucial documents were destroyed in the bombing days before Clinton was purportedly to be indicted. This narrative, however, is unfounded and it contradicted multiple sources, but it continues to persist. And it's hard to just know, but I'm going to give you a paragraph of what the Whitewater was if you have not listened to the Clinton episode. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Whitewater controversy began in 1978, and it was a bank loan that was utilized by the Clintons and their partners, the McDougalls, which sounds like a fucking 1800 Western feud.
The Clintons and the McDougalls. Like, fucking over.
God damn it, give me McDougal down here real quick.
This is my river.
It's my land, boy. Sorry. So the McDougalls...
Like they have like the Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah. Okay, that's probably what I was saying. Yeah. So the loan was utilized by the Clintons and their partners, the McDougalls, to purchase land in Arkansas for developing vacay homes. Over the years, the venture attracted extensive scrutiny, culminating in multiple investigations, but no criminal charges were brought against the Clintons in relation to the Whitewater. The case was officially closed in 2000, and the prosecutor cited insufficient evidence to prove any criminal wrongdoing.
Insufficient evidence.
So
But
now,
how the fuck did they know that the evidence was in this OKC building? That's what I want
exactly. So
That's a
now I did.
good
on
question.
Facebook. It's like they look like they got files in there.
So I don't know.
Whitewater, baby.
I don't know how much credence you give to like Reuters or factchecker.org.
Zero credence.
Yeah, okay. Well, I did go there and I did read a couple of their reports on it, and they just couldn't find anything.
Oh, so it wasn't like a fact check. It was just we don't know.
They didn't say
did,
false.
They did. No, they said false.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
They did a report and they said we found nothing that connected OKC to Whitewater.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Yeah.
but see, how can they say it's false?
Therefore, it's false.
No, like we couldn't find a connection, so it's false. Or they should just be like, we couldn't find a connection,
Yeah.
so we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if they were like to really,
Yeah, it should just say unknown, not
no. The only way to
not
truly
false.
fact check is to
Yeah.
be like, well, here's where the documents are.
Right.
They're over
Yeah.
there. That now it's fact check because
Right.
they're not there. They're there. They're like, we don't know. False.
Yeah, because
So-
fact checking has become more of like, oh, something sounds like a conspiracy. Let's just call it false.
Yeah.
If there's no document. Well, that's why it's a fucking conspiracy.
It's
Like,
a-
it's not out there.
crime
no,
is
it's-
committed.
Yeah, it's not like a clear-cut crime where somebody, like, here's this evidence, somebody got convicted. That's why it's called a conspiracy.
Exactly. But now they
You can't just say false to everything.
But now now it's
Fucking-
now it's a conspiracy, so you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Weirdos.
Fucking Eric.
Fuck Hillary.
Weirdo.
Fucking Eric.
I'm just trying to give you the.
Bald.
So even the FBI came out and they said we found no evidence that showed that any of the documents were housed there.
Well, how would they? Shouldn't they
just
know?
showing-
where
I'm
they're-
just
There's no
showing-
evidence of anything.
They don't even. Wait, okay.
Well, no, it goes back to that whole thing. If there's no evidence of something, doesn't mean it didn't happen.
no, but okay.
like
if a tree
no, it
falls
goes
in the
Yeah.
forest.
no. There's no evidence that Santa exists. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's no evidence that he doesn't exist.
You decide.
So do you believe in Santa?
I mean, I would if I didn't.
Does that make sense? Like,
Do you believe in conspiracies?
That's a little different, Eric. That's just like the analogy I get,
Yeah.
but it's a little extreme.
oh
You're
no,
like,
that's gonna be a TikTok viral video. We're gonna cut that. Anyways,
There's no evidence that you're
I know.
here. but
but
Do you believe in the
but
Matrix?
you believe that you're here. But do you really believe?
so
No, my thing is like, look, how do like the FBI is like, well, we don't know, but shouldn't the prosecutors have known where the files are?
Yeah.
yeah,
Couldn't they have easily squashed this, being like, oh, we have the files here and in my house?
Yeah.
Because I'm prosecuting them.
Exactly.
Why don't they just say that? Why can't anyone just be like, oh, I have it because I'm prosecuting them?
okay. So
no one says anything.
Wait, just let me tell you.
Shut the fuck up, Barry.
Let me tell you. So all the documents that were part of the case, 10,000 pages, were released by the National Archives in 2014, including independent counsel, including Kenneth Starr. Do you remember Kenneth Starr? He was kind of famous in the 90s. No. He did the impeachment for him getting, that whole thing. Yeah. But he stated that the papers were in D.C., not in Little Rock, and Little Rock, not in OKC.
Okay, finally. It took
now
the
again
Freedom of Information Act to finally get the
again, that was in 2014, and again, it was an independent counsel. So it wasn't the original counsel.
This
just giving you all the information.
Wait, I thought you said it was the guy that investigated for the impeachment.
But but that's for Monica Lewinsky. That's not this.
Not for Whitewater.
But okay. So if it's an independent counsel, so it was him or not him?
No,
was it a third party?
It's a third party. Yeah,
it was a third party later.
Okay, so I don't even know why you mentioned him.
But it's a very he's a lawyer.
It's just some sort of credibility.
He's got credit.
So he was part of this third party investigation.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Later.
He wasn't part of the original crew.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. See, this is why conspiracy theories exist. Instead of getting a clear-cut answer, hey, bro, I'm the lawyer. I got the papers. They're like, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what do you think we're going to do? Like, Jesus. It's like when I try to lie to my kid and she's like, oh, I want gummies. I'm like, we don't have any. But she's like, well, the box is right there. I'm like, what are you talking about?
There's no box.
I don't see a box.
There's no
that's a different box. That's a different box.
That box is empty. I'm gonna throw it away right now.
So you throw away a box of really good gummies just to prove your point.
I know, right? Go to sleep.
Again, though, coming from this side of all charges were dropped against them, and so there is no even criminal doing. Like there was no legal
conviction.
Yeah. Well, and there was no progressing even to a conviction or an indictment.
Yeah, because they're all part of the fucking they're on the inside crowd.
There you go. I don't know. There you go. So those are the stories or the little things that we missed. That maybe and
where did
I wish
stem from then? Like why even say that
it's
her dog?
Because she was being indicted. She was being indicted at the same time.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you know what I mean? It's very similar to what was the guy who the day before, 2 days before 9/11, he's like, hey, we lost a bunch of money.
Yeah, it was Donald Rumsfeld.
Well,
Donald Rumsfeld
he did a press release.
They did an audit on the Pentagon.
Yes.
And they were like, so they audited the Pentagon, and there's $2 trillion missing.
Yeah. It was like an accounting error.
And he's like, we're gonna fucking find out what happened to this. And then
2 days later, or 2 or 3 days later,
like when the plane hit the Pentagon, that all the files were in that part, and they're like lost it, so like they couldn't do anything. They're like, damn, rats!
But
that does not
but it lends itself
$2 trillion.
Yeah.
I think it was either 2 or 4, or 4 trillion.
It lends itself to either conspiracy or chaos, coincidental timing, which is what Hillary was being indicted for, or at the same time, as OKC bombing. So this is just an earlier.
We know how it's like we talk about like you can have like one coincidence, but when there's like more than one, when like the same shit is, it's like so cyclical, then you're like, it can't just be like, accidentally all the evidence is gone again. Oh damn. Yeah. And especially over literally $2 trillion.
Where do you like put on your conspiracy hat? Is it 2 coincidences or 3?
Dude, I'm putting it on after like 1. And I'm like, it's like almost, and then like the second one, I'm like wearing a ski mask.
All right,
I'm gonna say 2. You're a 3 guy.
Eric's like a 5.
Yeah, he's like
a
5 or 10.
Yeah,
10 and 10 conspiracies. Like, and even then, he's like,
he's just here to give a shit.
Eric's here so that the podcast isn't biased. Eric is the negative bias candidate.
He's trying to balance this out.
Okay, so all of that new data. Now, I do wish, and I'm sorry about this, but I do wish it was in our part 2.
Yeah, totally.
And then we could have done our conclusions a little bit better because there was more data to be had. But here we are, and we learn, and we, again, all of this stuff is about learning new stuff and then reanalyzing and having the ability to change your mind.
Totally. And I like it.
Yeah, totally.
I appreciate you guys like commenting and sending in the info because I'd rather make another update episode or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
I also find that a lot of the times when you guys write in, I like your guys' theories better than my own. I'm like, damn, that fucking sounds legit.
I know, right?
Shit. I'm like, why didn't I think about that?
Yeah.
I remember when we did the Dyatlov Pass, man, we had a lot of crazy theories because that was so fucking confusing with the radiation. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So we had a lot of cool theories on that. So I appreciate it too.
That's the cool part about doing the podcast. Like, you know, we really get like the community back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
Join the community.
Yeah.
But also it allows us to change our mind. I mean, before I started doing this podcast, I didn't believe in any of them.
I mean, me and Eric would fight. Not physically, but verbally fight over a lot of things.
And actually, I feel like I've leaned more. You know what I mean? Like I'm a little bit open to it, and I hope you guys maybe are a little bit more like looking at stuff too, or at least getting all the info and then kind of going.
On the last one, what was the one we did? I was like, no conspiracy. I called like fucking no conspiracy on it.
Yeah, I think somebody listened to or commented on our YouTube video, and they're like,
you guys don't believe in any of these.
Awesome, you have a conspiracy podcast with no conspiracies. Way to go, Dick Forrest.
I know. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you watched the one fucking episode where we're like didn't. I'm like, usually I'm like way out the deep end.
Okay, so on this, I know we already kind of went over it, but did anything change for you? Are you still?
Nope. I was close to go on the side of
the cop?
This Clinton.
The Clinton.
But not enough.
What about the cop?
I think the cop. There's something afoot. Something is afoot. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he found.
We don't know what was going on in his life either.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
It could be.
Could have a gambling debt.
I mean, he could have been caught his wife found his fucking OnlyFans account. Yeah. And he's like, shit.
Yeah. In '96.
Maybe he's an innovator, baby.
American Online.
Right.
Okay.
I think it's one of those.
I think there's something there, though. I think there's something's going on. I don't know if it's. I don't know what the connection is, but something's happening.
If somebody did take him out, okay, what's the motive?
The motive is he was one of the first on the scene.
Okay,
so he saw something, and he's like, "Why?"
What?
Like, for
what
example,
did he see? He saw
I don't
debris?
know. Maybe there's a dude in a tie.
He saw bodies.
Maybe there's a dude with a tie, and he's like, "Hey, I found an axle
with a VIN."
Yeah. And you're like, what?
But it's like a
take him out.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but it's a different accent. They're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, this is a U-Haul axle. No, you mean a rider? You mean rider, right?
Rider.
Maybe he saw like a dude like pulling up a truck and like pulling an axle out of it and like, oh, I found one.
Yeah.
And then he's probably like, what? But he's like, he's saving lives.
There's some people that say, and there are some more conspiracies that have even less grounding or even less data behind it. Like some say that all ATF agents were called out of the building ahead of time before, so that nobody was there. Things like that maybe lend to the cop going,
yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's happening?
And then maybe he started asking like questions.
Yeah.
And they're like, you need to shut the fuck up, Terry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
He's getting like, they're calling, like doing like hang up, like
but I agree. I actually
Star 69 or what was it? What was it back in the day?
That's true.
It's unlisted.
It's only $3 a piece. Shit.
Or was it Star 67? It was
Star
one of the
6'9". I think it was 6'9".
I think 6'7" only give you like basic data.
Yeah,
like the cheaper one.
No, maybe one
Star 6'7" would like dial back, wouldn't it?
Dial back,
yeah.
Call back. You're like, okay,
yeah. Oh, I got you.
Oh, yeah.
You think you got me? You think you got me with the unlisted? Let me Star 67 your ass.
That was like the first, the first dark web thing.
Right.
You're gonna get got.
So I don't think anything happened with Whitewater. I think that's kind of just that's a anti-Hillary thing.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
I mean? Yeah.
I still think Hillary was guilty in that, but I don't think this had anything to do
I think
with
she got hers. Like she was protecting her own, and she probably did something illegal. Yeah,
100%.
But I don't think I don't think they bombed the building
No,
just to hide her fucking vacation real estate transaction that went awry. Yeah, it just
I know, it
seems-
seems a little extra.
Yeah, let's kill 19 fucking children.
I know,
No.
over,
You know,
like over a couple
yeah,
$1 billion. Like,
in Arkansas. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's-
anyways,
that's a little too
seems
much.
a little extreme.
Oklahoma.
But
no, but
no, but their
Whitewater
properties
was
were in
Oh, okay,
Arkansas.
okay.
Yeah. But the cop is
The
weird to
Terry
me.
thing is weird, yeah.
The cop is weird to me.
Yeah.
There's something there.
There's something there. There's
Something
something.
there.
What it is?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So you don't think he kills himself?
I
Bottom
think
line.
he would have to be so drugged out to do something like that.
And we just don't
And
know.
we don't
if-
know that.
we don't know
yeah,
the- yeah.
And maybe some of our listeners can help us out.
Yeah. There you
If
go.
there's an autopsy report
I would love
or
to see it.
toxicology report.
I would love to see that too.
Actually, Jenny's our forensic
Jenny!
person. So Jenny,
Jenny!
get on it, bro.
Find it for us.
Put your fantasy football lineup down
Yes.
and do some work, Jenny.
Please, Jenny.
Um,
I will give you I'll give you a 12-minute shout out if you find this data. I will just
and
literally.
then lastly is the FBI agent in Tampa.
I think that's just a coincidence.
Just
I mean,
hilarious.
there's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's just
people who look
hilarious.
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
And, it's like,
Waisapo.
it's like when probably when people come here from the country, like, God, all these white people look exactly the same. Fucking, that's that, folks.
Let us know what you think. Yeah.
And always, please write in.
Yeah.
Like, I just want you guys to keep fueling the conversation. We love it. We actually do love it.
Yep,
and
yep.
even the guys who are like, "Are you supposed to be funny, you fucking idiot?" We love that too, because you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
Because we're hilarious.
I know. Everyone loves us.
We're hilarious.
Even if you don't think we're funny, it's totally
Yeah,
fine. But
totally
thanks
fine.
for listening, though.
Yeah.
I appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll catch you next time.
Night night.
Peace.